Eric Wankey, it's a pleasure to have you on the set today.
Thank you.
Please tell us, Eric Wankey, who is he?
Many things. A lot of things, actually. Yeah. But it depends. People know me as a copywriter in business. People know me as a spoken word artist. People know me as a basketball player.
Let's start with the full name. Wankey.
Eric.
Okay.
Wankey is the stage name.
So stage name being Wankey, how did you come up with the Wankey?
Well, it was actually, I can't tell exactly how, it just, it's like, it's creativity, You can't tell where it's coming from. It just happens.
Okay, you know, the first time I had the name, I had this concept of probably he's just the only key, the one key that can lead you to whatever you want to go.
Yeah, so I explained this in, I have an album called Entre Deux. It's in French, probably 80% French, some Kinyarwanda and some English hooks. And for the first time, because I never used to, I don't like to explain it. I like to leave things for people to interpret it the way they.
But if you have a chance to actually come on TV, you can give us a scoop.
Yeah, it's good, but generally I give it away, and then where's the mystery?
Okay, let's leave the mystery to Eric now. Yeah, Eric, tonight we decided to do some little bit of entertainment, and the hinge is on spoken word.
Yeah.
Where do you see spoken word in Rwanda, the status today?
So far so good, It hasn't grown much, but you have individuals who have stepped out and who have made something out of it. Like Angel Mutoni, I remember when she started, we all started pretty much at the same time, reading paper and shaking and everything. But now when she hits on stage, everybody screams her name,
Wow. And
she's on screen, she's doing big, she's doing videos, she has EPs, she's working hard, she's been, And you have Mike, you have other guys as well.
I think before we take a look at probably the milestones that have been achieved in spoken word, can you differentiate for us spoken word and poetry? Is it the same thing or it's totally different?
Okay, when it comes to this, actually, I'll give you an example, right?
Okay.
So basically, I write rhymes, yeah? If I go slow and I tell you hear like I'm telling a story, people might call it spoken word, right? If you give me a beat and I rap that piece, you'll be like, it's hip-hop, it's rap.
Okay, yes.
And then when you read it on a blog or you feel, it's a poem.
Yeah.
So you see, it's the same thing but different packaging, different ways of expressing it. But it's not even important to.
Eric, what are some of the main challenges that are in spoken word? Because you've just given an example, you've cited Angel Mutoni, who has made it big, and probably you and a few others, but the others were still struggling.
Yeah.
What are some of the main challenges in spoken word?
I mean, I can only speak for myself, right?
Okay.
I mean, spoken word as an organization, they would say it better, but I cannot speak for them. There are lots of challenges, because you're an artist, what you want to do is just produce art.
Yeah.
That's what you need, me as a poet, it's very easy. I can just write. I can use my phone and I write my poem and blog, and that's done. My piece is out. When you need to record, that's when actually issues come in, because you need to go to the studio. You need to find people who can play the instruments, and then after that, you need to get it done, get it mastered. So all these steps in the creation need funds. You need money to produce this. Now, if your art is not generating income itself, it's very hard for it to grow or to create more.
Yeah, Eric, most of the young people like you who are getting into the art do not necessarily have the money.
You do not have.
Yeah. So, what about the sponsorship bit? Have you tried to go to sponsors and make sure you can get some little funds to push the art?
I mean, sponsors here are funny actually. When you go to a sponsor, sponsors they're looking for numbers,
Can't you give them the numbers? Numbers, are you looking at people who are...
Even me, I mean, personally, I don't look at numbers. I'm not about numbers. I would rather have a show with 20 people, who can pay maybe 10,000, rather than 1,000 people who pay,
1,000 each.
1,000 each. Because I'm pretty sure that the 20 people who came, they're ready. Their mind is prepared. I'm going to have the silence, which is the most important thing when you're performing art, spoken word, But so for them, it's about those numbers, which is different, because if I have people who have the purchasing power and the opinion to lead others to buy, then you have a problem if you haven't seen that, you know?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
And okay, how far do you see spoken word grow in Rwanda? Where is it heading 5 or 10 years from now?
I don't know. It depends on how you push it, you know. You as a person, it depends on how hard you are, how tough your skin is, you know. There are lots of challenges, of course, you know. But so far, one thing I like about spoken word today is that every time you go, there are new faces, new people on the microphone, which is how we're supposed to grow.
Yeah.
So if you keep having those people, because once you've started, you know, I remember my first piece actually on spoken word, I was shaking. It was horrible, you know. But after a while, you get used, and you don't stop. You continue to do it, even if you're not doing it with the spoken word brand as a platform. Yeah. You still do it on your own, and so more will do. Yeah.
Eric, do you see some of you actually being able to export what you do, the spoken word, from beyond the borders of Rwanda, probably in the regional scene or even internationally?
Well, to start, actually, in the beginning, I've always, because my art is not restricted to any boundary.
Okay.
You know. When I write, most of the time, I write from an African perspective. It's not just Rwanda, you know. Of course, there's lots of influences by the things around me. Yeah. But when I write, I want to tell an African story, you know.
Okay.
And we're not so different, you know, in terms of geography. When you go to Uganda, you go to Tanzania, you go to Rwanda. Yeah. I mean, there are lots of similarities. The struggles are the same, pretty much, you know. Have
you had a chance to go and perform outside Rwanda?
Yeah, in Uganda, actually. When I lived in Uganda, I used to perform every time there was a Kwivuga. I was on stage. You know?
Okay. Yeah. Eric, I want to give you a chance to actually do us a piece. What is your piece about, the one you're going to do for us tonight?
I can give you a piece called Unbroken.
Unbroken. Yeah. About?
Unbroken is the fact that most artists are actually broken emotionally, you know. Okay. Most artists. It's like a characteristic, you know, that there is something that you miss. It's like you have a hole that you need to fill, you know, and things that you want to say, and most of the time you cannot tell them to everybody, so you find an art form to say it. For me, it's therapy, you know.
Eric, kill it.
All right. Isolate all my pieces unbroken. Put them together, I'm a whole poem. I write beats on my wrongs, hoping I will be all right. But for every answer I find daytime, more questions arise at night. At times I feel like the tip of my pen is fire and my ink is gasoline. But at times it seems like my hand is the only thing that I'm burning. Glued to poetry, I'm unorthodox. I get high on my own truth. Aware being a paradox, I got lots of nothing to prove. Wow. Dead or alive, I don't belong in a box, that's for sure.
Okay.
See, poetry is the infusion that makes life easy to swallow. It's my redemption in this world full of lunatic slaves who follow the wind chasing dreams made in the West. I'm no exception, I'm just special, like everybody else. Okay. These are confessions of an artist drowning in the ocean of his art. See, the flow comes easy like a fart, but control is hard. It ain't easy when you try to be on the same list as Rugamba. I dream of drinking with legends, so every night I raise the bar. I trust my gods to got me this far. I follow my star. The sky is my life.
Let's keep following the star. Eric, what's your inspiration to actually write something like this, or even do spoken word about it?
It's basically my relationship with poetry, you know. Because I didn't get to that part. There's a part where I say, I picked the torch from the dead to start a new flame.
Okay.
So which means there are poets that I respect who died, who are no longer there, who are not part of our world, that I really respect. And for me, it will be an honor to be on the same list. Let's say if we go down maybe 100 years from now, I'm dead and I'm gone, and be like, yo, there used to be a poet, great poets in Rwanda, and they name them. And somewhere maybe here after 2000, I'm there, you know.
Eric, thanks a lot for your time. I think that's all time that we had for. And keep watching. We still have a lot coming your way in the news section.